This is What If Naruto Was the Senju, Part 3, coming from your one and only, the Blood Shinobi. So the recap doesn't really matter, but, well, because this one's gonna be like a memory, so the recap will come in the next part, not this part, and all that. But let's give you the intro.
When do we burn away? Used to be oh so close, now I see you.
Yeah, so this is a memory one to prove who Naruto's shipping, and also I kind of forgot how old Naruto is. I know I'm a dumbass, I had it in the script, I tried going through this script, but I couldn't find it, so could someone tell me how old I put Naruto in the last one? Because I'm pretty sure at the start he's 3, I don't know if he changed or not through it, but I can't remember. So, yeah, let's get into it. Naruto is 6 years old. He's standing in front of the one. He's not exactly 6, it's just before he turns 6. Naruto is in front of the hidden sen. He had come here because his godfather and grandfather Jiraiya and grandmother Tsunade had told him that it would be good for him to come here. Why? Because he needs to, and there's another Jinchuriki here, and that should be able to help him learn. That's apparently got full control over the Jinchuriki, but Naruto doesn't know. He had tried to ask Kuruma, but Kuruma wouldn't tell him anything, so he's just gonna go with what he was told. They walked through the village. He noticed the way that Tsunade and Jiraiya were being looked at in honor, in praise. Everyone loved what they saw. This was something he didn't have. No one admired him or thought he was good at stuff. They all thought he was a knucklehead, a weakling, piece of trash, a nobody. But he was going to agree with this. He noticed he knew how legendary his grandparents were, and compared to him, he's a nobody. They don't even know his name. And then a young girl, about 2 years older than him or something, walked up to him. She had red hair. She had yellow blonde hair. And there was a girl, maybe his age, she had red hair, running around, chasing her, with killing intent in her eyes. And she was only Naruto's age. She wanted to kill someone. This is not how Naruto would be if he was her age. But then, I guess, people are different. And then there was a Jonin, or someone chasing after her. "I'm going to kill you now," said one of them. "What's happening here?" thought Naruto. These two young girls were getting chased by this older man. Naruto, being Naruto, tried to step in the way, but he was held back by Tsunade and Jiraiya. "Come on, we've got to go now," said the two of them. Naruto just nodded and followed his grandfather and grandmother through the village all the way towards the Kazekage Tower. When they walked in there, Naruto saw the young girl that had killing intent in her eyes again, and she was behind Raza, the Kazekage, and next to her was that blonde girl and the guy that was there before. The one with blonde hair was standing way away from the girl with red hair. She was kinda in fear and shock. And then Raza looked up to see Jiraiya and Tsunade. Jiraiya and Tsunade after signing, what does my acknowledgement and presence have used in here? Asked Raza. "Simple. I've come here to ask about your Jinchuriki, the one that has full control over their BG," said Jiraiya. Raza just stood up. "Doesn't have full control over the BG. The BG has full control over her," said Raza. Naruto went, "Her? And then he was talking to Kuruma inside of his head. "Kuruma, can you sense any Jinchuriki in here?" asked asked Naruto. Kurima just chuckled to himself, darkly. Yes, oh yes, I can. I can sense them. They're here somewhere. In this room. It's the one-tailed Shikaku, said Kurima. Naruto just nodded at this. Ha 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 ha. You're a legend, right? Said Kurima to Naruto. Naruto didn't know what he meant by this. I'm not a legend, you're a legend of fear, said Naruto. Kurima just lowered his head and fell asleep, and then Naruto was out of his mindscape. He then turned to Jiraiya and Tsunade and started holding on to Jiraiya's pants and pulling them down. Jiraiya, said Naruto. Yes, Naruto, asked Jiraiya. That, my friend said that there's another one of him in this room, said Naruto. Jiraiya knew exactly what he meant. So, Raza, can we speak alone, asked Jiraiya. Raza nodded. Naruto, Tsunade, the two girls, and the Jonin, or whatever it was, walked out of the room. Jiraiya just sat there with him. What's going on here? What do you want? Asked Raza. Oh, straight to the point, aren't you? I wanted to try and smooth you into this, but whatever, said Jiraiya to himself. I want to know something, said Jiraiya. Yes, what is it? Asked Raza. Which one of those two girls, unless it was that Jonin or you, which one of you holds the Shikaku? Asked Jiraiya. Raza just nodded his head. And then, deep down inside, how does he know? That little boy, he's got to be a Jinchuriki, said Raza. And the young Dane Hokage, when he sacrificed himself, sealed the Kobe into someone. Because if these two are together, and the young boy is a Jinchuriki, and he's from the leaf, can only be one thing, the Kobe. Maybe Gara, my daughter and him have kids, and then I'd have a family of Jinchuriki heritage. Okay, so this is the side note. Should I name the female Gara, or should it just be a different name? But you guys can decide, but I'll go for Gara during this one, and then I'll change it if that's what you want. So yeah. Yes, my daughter, the redhead, is the Jinchuriki of Shikaku, said Raza. And so you say Shikaku has full control over Gara, so that must mean only one thing. The seal needs to be fixed. I will work on the seal for you. If it can provide an alliance, a full alliance, for the Hidden Leaf, said Jiraiya. Raza nodded. Oh, and one thing, said Raza. What is it? Asked Jiraiya. This, what's it called? This alliance needs to be held by a marriage of two. I want my daughter, Gara the Jinchuriki, to marry your Jinchuriki, that boy with you. And if you can't accept that, I can't allow them to be us. I'll allow you to fix the seal, but there won't be an allowance, said Raza. Jiraiya just nodded. I'll fix the seal and I'll talk to Naruto and I'll send it to Hiruzen, and then you'll get your answer in a couple of weeks, said Jiraiya. Raza just hand shook Jiraiya, and they both walked out in the room. Gara, follow us, said Raza. Gara and Raza, Gara, Jiraiya, and Naruto, and Raza, Gara, Jiraiya, Raza. All of them walked to a room. Why isn't he coming? Asked Gara. Because I'm coming, and I don't like your smell, raccoon, said Naruto. Raccoon? You're a fox, said Gara. Jiraiya grabbed Naruto by the back of the neck of his clothing and dragged him. You don't be disrespectful like that to the daughter of a Kazekage. So pull yourself in line or I'll slap you. And I'll make it hurt, said Jiraiya. Naruto just went quiet and followed along quietly, while Shikaki was talking to him all about damn stupid him being a fox and how the raccoons are better than foxes and all of this. So that's what he's doing. He's allowed speaking to them. Naruto just sat in the room as Gaara's top was pulled off. Gaara's top was pulled off. She was put down, and she was sitting down on the table while Naruto just sat there and watched Jiraiya and Raza work on the seal on her. After a couple of hours, the seal had changed. When she had finally woken up, Naruto had finished drawing what he had drew. He had drew so many different things that could be used as seals and wrote what they could be used for. Jiraiya nodded. He'll have to start working on seals eventually. Maybe once he becomes Genin or something like that, said Jiraiya to himself. Raza just nodded. Oh, what fine craftsmanship and artwork for such a young man, said Raza. Naruto just shook his head. I don't know. I'm just trying to copy my Uncle Jiraiya, or Godfather Jiraiya here, said Naruto. Godfather Jiraiya. What, you taking on apprentices at young ages? Asked Raza. Jiraiya just shook his head. What I do is none of your business, so can you just wake her up when it's time to wake her up, said Jiraiya. Jiraiya walked out the door with Naruto. Raza was standing there. He can't just speak to me like that. I'm a Kazekage, said Raza. Naruto just walked alongside Jiraiya. Blonde hair, blue eyes, being trained by Jiraiya. Namato Minakaze. Is that your son? Thought Raza. But it can't be, can it? But he doesn't know right now. He'll just have to deal with what he's got to do. There's no way in hell he'd lose, right? So he's just agreeing with this. Not again. It's not again, said Raza. But then Raza realized why he was saying not again. Gaara had woken up, and normally when Gaara woke up, it was never good. Never good for anyone. But it must mean Shikaku's in control. But then something weird happened. It didn't. Nothing happened. Gaara was just normal. This was a change. Gaara was acting happy, like she cared about people. Hey father, how's it been? Said Gaara. Don't you hate me? Asked Raza. I did at one stage, but you're not that bad, father, said Gaara. Raza was thankful that his daughter was accepting him, but he was shocked that all of a sudden she wasn't pissed off at the world and was speaking to him with elegance. Maybe the seal being fixed was a good thing. He doesn't care about the alliance anymore. He just needs his daughter okay. That's all he wants, and that's all he needs, is for her to be happy. Then he realized something. That boy was learning his seals. That could be a bad thing. Definitely if he learned how to unseal Biju, he could take over the world, chuckled Raza. He was funny thinking something like this, but then he realized that he wouldn't be that dumb, would he, to do that? But then he realized, why would someone that has a Biju take out other Bijus unless he needed to have one? Wait, that's kind of weird. Never mind, I'm not thinking like that. I'm not that dumb, thought Raza. And then he realized something. Maybe if Gaara and this boy fell in love without anyone meddling, without a wedding alliance, it proved that they actually are meant for each other. But that would be good for him, maybe, because then his daughter would marry their cousin. And then he realized something. It's got to be Minato Namikaze's kid, taking up sealing as well. Oh my god, he is definitely Minato Namikaze's kid. I just realized, thought Raza. Naruto was sitting playing with the other kids that Raza had, which was funny. He never expected this type of thing. Not from Raza, at least. Raza's kids are real cool. The girl with blonde hair was nice. The boy was a girl. That's the least you could say, thought Naruto, because he wears makeups and plays with dolls. And then there's the girl. She likes to fight, and she likes to be energetic. She's faster, smarter, and not as dumb as the boy. But the other girl, the one with red hair, with the shikaku in it, had just been sealed. So maybe she's not psycho like the two had just said that she would be. And that would be good for him. Another Jinchuriki, another friend, is all that he could think of. But then he realized something. He could make more friends. He could find all the Jinchuriki and make them all his friends, thought Naruto. But then he remembered what Kuruma had told him. Biju don't like people with the Mukyuton ability. So be careful with it, said Kuruma. Naruto just nodded. Yeah, I know, because they hate being controlled and all this other stuff, said Naruto. That's right, Naruto. You gotta respect us, Biju, remember? Like you respect me, said Kuruma. Naruto just nodded at this. He respects Kuruma, because Kuruma is nice to him. He's sweet to him. And while Naruto may be a little bit of a douchebag sometimes to Kuruma, he's always there for him. Then he realized something. His grandfather Jiraiya and Arnie Tsunade are in love, and that's a good thing. Maybe he should find someone to love one day. But then he realized something. He's a bit too young for that. So he continued playing, or he was having arm wrestles with Tamari, the girl, and they were slapping each other. If you lost, you got a big fat smack. Naruto would enhance his hand with chakra, same as Tamari, and they'd both smack each other. It looks like it was fun for them. But then, all of a sudden, Raza, Jiraiya, and Gaara walked in. Been a couple of hours since Naruto came in here. Jiraiya was just sitting in there doing nothing. What's going on? Asked Tamari and Konkoro, looking scared at their brother. Gaara walked in. Hey brother, Konkoro. It's been a while. I'll play dolls with you later, said Gaara. Konkoro looked shocked at this. Tamari was laughing. And then he walked right up to Tamari. She walked up to Tamari and gave her a big hug. I've missed you, sister, said Gaara. Then she turned to Naruto and gave him a hug. Thank you, said Gaara. Naruto didn't know why she was saying thank you to him. But then, all of a sudden, he realized. He had given them a bit of tips and tricks on how to help with the stealing of what Kuruma was telling him about things. You gotta let it a little bit loose. And then he realized that's how he helped. You're welcome, Gaara, said Naruto. Naruto held her back, and she did something unexpected and gave him a kiss on the cheek. That's for being kind to me and helping me succumb the evil demons inside of me, said Gaara. Kuruma was chuckling at this. Nah, Shikaku can't be insane. He can't control his Jinchuriki. Should have thought about them having a stupid sealer to come protect them. Maybe eventually you'll realize that you're not almighty and powerful, said Kuruma in Naruto. Kuruma, don't just be mean to him. He is your brother, after all, said Naruto. Kuruma just snorted at this. Whatever. He may be my brother, but doesn't mean I have to like him, said Kuruma. Over in Gaara's head, she was still talking to Shikaku, but she was going to make sure that they were friends and he wouldn't take control of her. You lousy brat! You shouldn't have let me be taken over. Now how will you prove your wealth and your existence without me, said Shikaku. Gaara just looked at him. I still have my sand, so actually it's a Kekai Genkai or something like that. It's not you. So if I was you, I wouldn't be trying to take me over anytime soon. Because if you were, me and you won't be friends. And I'll just make sure they have my seal worked on so we're disconnected from each other, said Gaara. Shikaku just frowned. This is not good for him, at least. But, well, if she doesn't want him, she doesn't get him. He'll just leave it at this. He'll just forget about this ungrateful brat he calls Gaara. He'll hopefully one day be extracted or kicked out of her, and then find someone else to be his Jinchuriki. that he can take over and they can rule the world with. But that's never going to happen now. Not until he's let out from her, which he hopes is soon. Which he'll just have her do something with her sand if he could, but he can't. In the real world, everyone had seen how hard Gaara was holding on to Naruto. Do you just want to stay for dinner? Asked Gaara. You can sit next to me, said Gaara. Naruto just nodded. He said, I'm okay with that, but I gotta ask my granny and my old man, Pops, well, whatever, the smelly old man, what he's doing first. And then I'll see, and if they say yes, then we can, said Naruto. Please let him stay over, asked Tamari, and Konkoro just stood there. Don't let him over, because then he'll talk about my dolls, said Konkoro. Let him stay, please, father, said Gaara. I can't say no to Gaara, so yes, we can. He's allowed over, if he's allowed to, said Raza. In walked in Tsunade. She walked in. Hello, can we go now? I got some gambling to do, chuckled Tsunade. About that, we're kinda over for dinner now, said Dryer. No, we're not. I've got plans to do, and it doesn't involve me sitting around eating dinner here with these guys. So can we go, please? Asked Tsunade. Naruto just looked at her. Granny, no, I want to stay for dinner with my new friends. You gotta let me have friends sometimes, right? So please, let me have these guys. Please, said Naruto. Tsunade, after hearing Naruto say please, was not gonna let him not have friends because it's Naruto. She doesn't care what Jiraiya wants, but if Naruto wants something, then yes, he's got it. Okay, we can stay over for dinner, but just on one thing, Naruto. You better be prepared for some heavy training when we get back to our place, said Tsunade. Naruto nodded. Yes, always, forever, said Naruto. Tsunade just shook her head in disbelief, and they all sat down having dinner. The next morning, Gaara was saying goodbye to everyone. Naruto had said goodbye to everyone, but Gaara hit him the most. He doesn't know, maybe it's because she's a Jinchuriki, maybe just even when she was bloodthirsty, when he's around her, he feels complete. But he doesn't know. They were holding a heavy embrace, being about 6. Bye, Gaara, said Naruto. Gaara turned to Naruto and whispered something into his ears that made him go unconscious. He fainted. What Gaara said to him, he doesn't know. But he hopes what she had said was a dream and not reality. So yeah, this is where we ended off. What do you think Gaara said to him? Help me remember what age he really is so I can start off the next part. And also, so if should Gaara just be called Gaara or whatnot, but peace out for now.